What is up, friends? My name is Laura. If you've never visited my YouTube channel before, welcome. Today I am continuing my kind of beginner series on backpacking and hiking, but I'm talking more about something that maybe doesn't want to be talked about, which is more hygiene, especially when you're backpacking and going for more than just 2 days. I feel like a lot of people are like, either they know the people and they're like, whatever, or they're like, what can I do? Searching frantically. But today I'm gonna kind of share with you everything you need to know about personal hygiene on the trail, so hopefully you will be invited back next time to do that or be able to stand yourself. If you haven't yet, before I forget, make sure you hit that subscribe button. I will be doing tons of videos just like this, and you do not want to miss them, I promise. I'm super excited. I'm gonna be honest, I did this little spreadsheet sharing all my tips. I'm just excited, so make sure you subscribed. So for the most part in this video, I'm kind of going to be giving you some examples of things you can be using, but I also will let you know things that I 100% use to help myself smell better during my time on the trails. I know a lot of people say like, oh, you know, you're expected to smell on the trail, especially with like a through hike, you're going to smell. And my thing is like, that's totally fine. And honestly, I'm never like judgmental, I guess, if someone is smelling. My personal preference is that I understand maybe you might smell a little bit, but hopefully I just don't. So these are why some of these tips, it's the littlest, smallest thing. It's not going to add a lot of weight in any way to your bag. And hopefully it will help you if you're kind of a little bit concerned about it going into a new hike. The first thing, which is one of my biggest ones, is wet wipes. So these kind of can give you a little bit of a bath. They are not very heavy. You can also use them as toilet paper if you need to. And I'm just giving you a quick example. I sometimes do go on long road trips, so they might have these in my car. So I did have these in my car. So just like a quick little thing like this. This is basically full, so I wouldn't recommend actually backpacking with it, but I'll put a little picture here of something that I would actually backpack with, which is just gonna be a lot smaller. When you actually seal it correctly, it's gonna stay nice and moist. So I definitely say to make sure to actually keep it very secure and completely sealed shut so it keeps that moisture in. But basically with these, you can use them on your entire body. It will take the sweat away. I know a lot of people will say like they'll use, you know, a towel at the end of the day, anything like that, but just jumping into your tent and just using a couple of these all over your body, making sure to bring them out as well so you don't leave any trace on the trails, really will go a long way. It just keeps that sweat from building up, which of course will keep the sweat away. So wet wipes are my first tip. So obviously something like your clothes as well. It depends how many days, of course, you're going out there. Maybe you're doing the entire PCT. Maybe you're doing more of like a 5-day hike. Even with a 5-day hike, I wouldn't recommend wearing the exact same things every single day. Of course, partly for the hygiene, but also maybe it tears or rips. You always want to have that spare pair. So a lot of times if it's more in the summer hiking, I can wash in some sort of stream or even just some water. It obviously doesn't need to be boiled, as I would call this a nature wash. So you basically can use that and then hang it up either in your tent if it might rain or even outside on like a tree, and then you can kind of be on your way maybe the next day or not even the next day, maybe even 2 days from now, and then alternate these and maybe wash it every few days. So just some of the next few things I'm gonna say are more in regards to females, but for me, my hair doesn't get, I would say, greasy and gross at like the ends of it. My hair gets very greasy here. I love just like a very, very small dry shampoo. Those go a long way. They're incredibly light, and you just are going to spray it all over where you want to. I kind of just do it normally like within my braid and then just kind of around here really quickly, and honestly will just get rid of the grease. I know another thing that a lot of females, but also males, will do is using baking soda, and it's the same thing. It'll kind of pull the oils out of your hair. People will also use that for kind of chafing. Knock on wood, that's not wood, okay. But knock on wood that I've never really experienced much chafing. I feel lucky in that area. So that's just one of the reasons I just go more towards dry shampoo. But if you are someone who experiences chafing and know that baking soda can give multiple benefits while you are hiking, I definitely recommend that for grease. I also will say, if you have, I normally hike with a buff. You never know, like if you have to like cover your nose. I've hiked a lot in South America where you don't want to be breathing in a ton of dust, so you'll actually put it to there and put the buff down. But of course, you know, you can put it on your head, and then a lot of times too, I find you'll honestly see, if you go back through my videos, day like 3 to 5, suddenly like I'm always wearing a buff on my head. It just takes the grease away from there and you can't see it. And then of course, like something like a hat as well. But of course, please don't like comment, why does she care about her looks on this hike? I'm just letting you know if you are concerned about your greasy hair. If you are enjoying this video and you like my hiking series, I would love for some feedback. Are there some things that you would like me to be talking about? Maybe you're a beginner hiker, or maybe you're just wanting me to elaborate on a certain subject. I'm very happy to do so. I actually will be doing a monthly kind of sit down like this and answer any questions on the first of every month. So like I said, make sure you're subscribed, but make sure you also comment those below at any time during the month, and I'll make sure to be answering them on the first of every month. A lot of people talk about kind of saving weight during this long backpacking trip, and I totally agree. Those little things definitely do add up, but at the same time, they can be so small. So it's not like you need a large deodorant package or whatever you'd call it, just a deodorant. You can obviously have just the very, very small travel size. I still agree that those little things can add up. But if you're using everything, you can even like honestly take away half of it. Or I have truly seen people just take like the top of the deodorant out, toss away, you know, the part of the plastic, and then just have this and have it more like wrapped pretty small. That's so light. And I feel like it's just like the smallest thing that probably will help you smell better in the long run. Other things like bring toothbrushes. A lot of people will bring their toothbrush, and then they'll even talk about how, you know, oh, I don't feel like brushing my teeth, which your dentist will say otherwise, but they'll actually just like cut or saw off like half of it, which is totally fine and totally normal. I always say too, a travel size toothpaste and toothbrush will definitely go a long way. One of my favorite things is actually going to be my next tip, and it's going to be going and finding some sort of stream or lake or something to that effect, and actually just jumping in and kind of going for a little bath that way. Honestly, even jumping in with your hiking clothes will kind of wash them off as well. Of course, you want to be downstream from anyone who might be trying to grab some water, even if they're boiling it, just kind of being polite. But something like that is just really, really easy. It can cool you off during a long hiking day. The final tip that I have for you is if you are just in dire need of a shower. And I've been around people for sure like this, and they're like, I just can't even go one day without a shower. And this wouldn't even be for that person, but if you're doing a long through hike, I do totally get that you just want that kind of especially like warm water feeling in you. So for this last one, I'm going to say Sea to Summit, which is a really great hiking brand. They make a great like hot shower. So basically I was looking into it because I've never actually taken one. I'll be putting pictures on the screen here of exactly what it will look like, but basically you just add water to it. It'll heat up, and then it gives you kind of like this shower feel, and actually gives you a bit of a shower, which is really, really cool in my eyes, especially because they're making it for backpackers. So it's not going to be very heavy, but basically it just kind of gives you that shower feel, will allow you to rinse yourself off, and you're on your way. I hope that you did enjoy this video. If you did, give it a quick thumbs up, and I will see you in the next lovely summit series, and I will be doing some hikes in the meantime as well, so make sure to be uploading more hiking videos again. Thanks so much. Keep living life. Bye.